Hey everybody, Dillahan here with another Dawn 3 cast. Today we have GaloisToT, I'm just a common Gal, playing Space Marines in the northeast corner of Karen's Rest. He's got triple tack doctrines, Death Watch presence, Diomedes presence, and Terminator's presence. So nothing too crazy there. And in the southwest corner we have Kist, aka Sex Being, playing Eldar with Ronahn's presence, Racer K-Duin's Webway Shield, and Warp Spider's presence with full Ranger doctrines. Looks like we're going to see Rangers versus Tactical Marines in this game. Both players going to secure their natural, not really natural, but this is probably like the safest resource point other than that one on Shrine of Asturion that's in the turret. This one's pretty hard to harass without jump troops. And even with if they are listening post, you're gonna have a hard time. So far we do got a rec gen coming up for Space Marines, Gal, and then no gen. Oh yeah, we do have a rec gen coming up for Sex Being in the same spot. A little bit slower though. So we got a bit of an early harassment here from these Tactical Marines. Just kind of charging up these Bone Singer is gonna try and secure this shield generator, but the techs managed to run in here. This is odd because I'm pretty sure that. When I've tested it before with the Warshock, if you launched like a shooter squad into heavy cover, they would they had the honor system. They would just leave the bubble. This is a very aggressive play here from Kist, teleporting his warrior portal in here. Drop pod's going to damage this. I think we got Rangers coming out right away here. So already researched here. First saying Rangers down to 15 power. I wonder when that happens. It needs to be more expensive than that. This Ranger squad that actually got kicked off early on. Second one building here. No other combat units out here right now for Kist, so this early aggression may actually be the end for him. Standards out as well, so these tech units are just gonna, maybe this squad might be able to get away here, just barely. It's taking a ton of damage though. It does manage to get away without taking any health damage. This warrior portal is also going to go down. I don't think it's actually going to finish this last Ranger squad before it does. So this is a bad situation for Kist here. Second Ranger squad does make it out. So this warrior portal is going to go down after. This Ranger squad might just barely get away here. Yeah, it does. Okay, the warrior portal doesn't look like it's going to go down here though. We got another rec gen coming up for Gal, and this bubble secured by Kist. This is a smart move against Space Marines when they don't have Assault Marines or Flamers. This is the kind of thing. If you don't have Death Watch, you really need to get Assault Marines or Attack Flamers because you can't counter the bubble. Death Watch kind of works as a crutch for a lot of players, but without him, you can't really counter it without, I guess, Diomedes and Gabriel, but you know. So shield gen getting harassed here. Rangers are just doing some chip damage, trying to get this. Servitor's going to try to scout this out. Do we have anything in the drop pods? No drop pods on cooldown. So these tech rates are doing a fair amount of damage to the shield gen, but these Raiders also aren't going to be a major threat here. They can just kind of force them off like this. They can't sit on the high ground here and do chip damage that way. We do have a Doctor Chapel up here as well for Gal, which is going to help him harass his shield gen. Lots of concentrated force here. So we do have the option to use Vigor. I think he might be using that right now. No, he's not. It's on cooldown. Vigor increases the rate of fire if they stay within this radius here, that is a purple circle. We do have Shadow Step as well, so they do have the option of teleporting the stealth cover within a certain radius, which is pretty useful for escape. It's the only escape tool that Rangers actually have. So it's very important to use that doctrine if you're going to go for lots of Rangers, I find, because otherwise you get caught in a bad position. Securing this bubble is really bad for Gal. This Ranger squad's going to be untouchable here. Maybe this tack squad's going to go down here. It's going to focus fire. No, it does manage to reinforce before it gets shot again. So we've got 4 Rangers out for Gal already. He did replace his warrior portal somewhere up here. So he's going to keep pumping out those Rangers. They're not super cheap, and honestly I feel like if you just mixed in something other than just tack Marines, this would already be over. Like put like a flamer on one squad here and you can easily pressure. They have no knockdown or CC, so the flamer will just be incredibly deadly. But this Doctor Chapel is going to get probably destroyed by all these Rangers here. It's not going to be defended. We do have Gal just building a ton of generators in the back here. We got our first power gen coming up and we got 3 rec gens. No elite point generator at all for Gal though. That might have been a good choice to get his elites out a little bit quicker here. We're reaching that point where Death Watch is available, and pretty soon we're going to see Ronahn on the field in roughly a minute and a half. This generator is going to get canceled here. Well, no, this is sorry, this is Gal's generator. This generator is going to go up, but it might. Kist is aware of it, so map control firmly in Gal's favor. He's got another Doctor Chapel coming up here. Not reinforcing the squads is a little risky. Yeah, that attack sword got picked off there. He just got a little too pushed forward with it. This Doctor Chapel's still up, but getting chipped out slowly. These Rangers, having this central area is going to be really tough to deal with now that Fleet of Foot is up as well. Wait, is Fleet of Foot up? No, Fleet of Foot is not up, so there's no Fleet of Foot yet. This Doctor Chapel just going away. It's getting destroyed here. Probably should have canceled this, honestly. He's going to try and repair it, but I don't think it was worth it. So it's kind of an odd situation where I feel like Gal has ran out of momentum. He's probably just going to try and tech up in the background. We've got a barracks coming up, so maybe we will see some assault marines or sniper scouts. Personally, I probably would go with the disruption tools. If you can knock these guys down, you can kill them really fast. So it's just a matter of knocking them down and disrupting them. They can cloak though if they're AFK basically, and that's going to make them harder to track down. Servitors are pretty good for that though. So we do have the barracks coming up here. No more eco for Gal. I would like to see. Oh, I say that the second power gen's almost up. I really would like to see this lead point generator from one of these players. That makes a big difference. So Diomedes is probably going to come in here before Deathwatch done. Diomedes is available. Ronahn's available. Ronahn is being called in somewhere back here. So Ronahn's going to do a ton more damage to a lot of these squads. So it's going to be a bit of a force multiplier. And it also unlocks the sensor beacon. This is something I don't really like, because the sensor beacon, normally you need a soul shrine for about, I think it's like 30 power for a soul shrine, and then 50 power for the sensor beacon. But if you have Ronahn, you get it for free, and not only do you get it for free, but it also creates stealth cover in the position, which lets you do two things. First, it lets you cloak units that are engaging enemy units, and also lets you teleport your rangers away, because you put the sensor beacon back here, and then you shadow step to go to it. So I feel like it's a really powerful presence ability that way. It's tricky to balance. I feel like it's the only one that actually gives you something for free, because it unlocks sensor beacons without any of it. So we do have some assault marines coming out here. We'll see how effective those will be. This bone center getting cleared up by Diomedes, which is good. So losing that vision up there. We do have another Doctor Chapel coming down here, which is aggressive. So Gal is kind of splitting up his forces. I feel like that's a little bit of a mistake against this kind of ranger blob. Not necessarily. Like, the ranger blob is scary, but I feel like he could fight it if he just attacked. He put his whole army towards it. But by splitting up, it does make individual units are very easy targets. But at the same time, by splitting up, it forces these rangers to move all around the map, and they can't be everywhere. These assault marines are going to go for the harass up here. This generator is actually almost destroyed. No upgrades. Oh wait, no, this point is upgraded once. That's always good to see. Yeah, upgrading resources is kind of like the anti-upkeep button. Whereas you're not really getting a ton more resources, but it does pay for a bunch of your upkeep. If you kind of look at it that way, it's easier to justify. So yeah, these assault marines did harass this generator up here. Ronahn is here defending this, so he does a ton of damage per shot, so he's going to bleed those assault marines dry. These Doctor Chapels still up. Rangers are not very good against Doctor Chapels, so it takes a lot of squads a long time. He's got 4 squads. He has some Shadow Spectres out now. So Shadow Spectres research, so this is a heavy investment into Tier 1 for Kist. We're not going to see Tier 2 for a while. Whereas, we're still not going to see Tier 2 for a while. We got an attack marine squad in the drop pod. I don't like holding units in drop pods like this because you generally want to use it as frequently as you can, although obviously you don't want to waste it. But it's one of those things that takes a bit of finesse. Like, I still haven't kind of figured out is when you should be using your drop pods just to clear up the drop pod, and when you should be holding into it for the right moment. It's one of those things. So Gallo seems a little okay. He's going Tier 2 now, but I would really like to see him do some further investment into the Tier 1 summon. So that's that power, that vigor, increased rate of fire with Ronahn, just doing tons of damage to Diomedes. But yeah, Gallo could just attack move this and win easily. But he's taking a ton of like attrition damage because he's not able to engage. He just lost attack squad for nothing there. He's gonna lose his barracks as well, so no more assault marine production. This assault marine is just gonna chill here, probably harass this once they get the jump back. It takes a long time to get those jumps back though, so probably gonna wait for the second charge. I would anyway, but he could just jump in there. We're gonna see these rangers get in this bubble here in this central area, and that's gonna make it really hard. We do have that webway up now too, so we do have that fleet of foot as well as that webway shield. We do have a bit of a harassment coming down here for Gal, so this power gen's getting destroyed, so, and this generator getting destroyed, and this bone center getting sniped, so there's a ton of eco damage right there by Gal. That's pretty good, harassing 2 places at once. I don't think he managed to cancel that generator. This blob is going to come down here and mop up this tack, probably. They're not going to be able to escape that, but, you know, he could try. We've got a rec gen coming up here for Kist, Sex Beams, so that's a bit aggressive. No upgrades so far for Eldar, and no tier 2. So we're going to see these Rangers shoot the attack squad. It might get away, he's not chasing them. He's going to use Shadow Step. Yeah, he's going to use Shadow Step to teleport up here, and this attack squad is most likely going to die unless it manages to get out of vision. No, it's not possible. He has the sensor beacons. Although he's just going to run up here and shoot it. Listening post up here is going to help a lot against Rangers just harassing generators, which is a smart move. Assault Marines might actually snipe the shield generator here. We do have that attack squad coming in over here. And we do have tier 2 up as well for Gal, so we might see a machine cult coming up in his base. Yeah, so we're going to see some land speeders probably, or some whirlwinds. I feel like whirlwinds are actually the better choice because we've got the Shadow Spectres out now. So land speeders are going to have a hard time engaging on this kind of army here, especially if Ronahn's launch shot does do a vehicle stun. And Shadow Spectres do beat land speeders 1v1 if you do some fancy micros, so yeah, it's going to be pretty tricky. Deathwatch is a little overextended here. Assault Marine's also a little overextended, but they're not being shot at right now. Now they are getting shot at. Deathwatch taking a ton of damage here. Shadow Spectres are trying to harass the shield gen, but are unable to do it. The shield gen was killed, so we do have a free elite point for Gal as well as all that money. So that's going to help him get whatever was on the machine cult a little sooner. We got our Deathstorm drop pod all queued up, so that's going to help a ton against Rangers too. Rangers can't do anything to Deathstorms. The only thing you can do is launch shot with Ronahn or Shadow Step, but otherwise you're screwed. This ASM is a bit low. I would like to see Gal spend some of this money. He's got 1500 requisition, 200 power. Put something in the drop pod perhaps. We got Land Speeder coming out, so I would like to see maybe... Okay, Deathstorm coming in. I thought he was already building Deathstorm, but maybe he canceled the Land Speeder quicker. So this is kind of a scary position for Sex Beam here, because all he has is Rangers and some Shadow Spectres, but he's behind on tech. I don't think he's even going to anytime soon. Deathwatch though, getting a little, I don't know, he kind of just ran over here for some reason, but he's just going to die here for no real benefit. So Deathwatch is going to go down here. Some harassment down here from Diomedes in this attack link. Very good job on Gal, just continually harassing these resources. Sex Beam could barely get a generator up for more than a few seconds at a time. So the Land Speeder is out. We're going to see this start picking off squads. These Shadow Spectres are pretty low health. He might even be able to pick them off. The thing about Shadow Spectres is you really need to make, against Land Speeders, you need to make use of their range, because they are really long range. I don't know where I can see the range on them, but... They can shoot pretty far, but they can't see as far as they can shoot. So if you get vision for them, they're a lot scarier because they can start targeting sooner. So more harassment down here. Oh, actually Gal put this up here, so he captures, and the Bunsen are just harassing. These Rangers coming in on the flank here. But okay, they do manage to snipe some of this generator listening post stuff here. I don't know about building all these generators. They get really expensive at this point when you already have this many generators. Better off, that's everything, is once generators start getting really expensive, you're better off upgrading a farm like this, because this increases all the output of all these generators significantly. And this Land Speeder is going to harass this listening post here, but it does manage to get up. But he might actually be able just to take it down before it can really get going. Now he's just pulling the Land Speeder back to safety. That's probably a good move here. We do have another Land Speeder and the Deathstorm almost done, so we're probably going to see Gal go for an engagement here and try and win. He's going to snipe this Wreck Gen, no problem. I would like to see an Arsenal come up and get some vehicle damage upgrades. That'd be pretty good with the combo with Land Speeders. And I would like to see a Whirlwind as well. I felt like a Whirlwind would be a really solid counter to this kind of playstyle. Attack squad getting picked off. I'm not sure if he used... Yeah, he used Vigor for that, so... he used Vigor on all those squads, I think. It's kind of a waste, honestly. He didn't need to do that. So, no tier 2 yet for Kist. So just Shadow Spectres and Rangers. No other units so far. Starting to see some Heavy Bolters and Scouts come up for Gal. The Heavy Bolters are going to be nice. It's a very good counter to Shadow Spectres. They do a lot of damage to Shadow Spectres, and Shadow Spectres are really slow. So they have a hard time getting away from Devastators. So that's a pretty good counter to them. Put them in the bubble. Scouts just kind of getting vision's always good. Only the one runway up for Sex Beam as well. It's got a third Shadow Spectre coming out, so 3 Shadow Spectres and 4 Rangers. I think that's what we have right now. 5 Rangers plus Ronahn. Versus a more diversified but rather split up Space Marine army. We're going to see these Land Speeders going for this harass up here as well. Calling the standard down just to give them a shield. Gonna pick up this one center, calling in whatever this drop pod is. I think this might be the Deathstorm actually. I don't know about this. I don't think it's worth using the Deathstorm just to kill a listening post. But it is gonna scare off these units from engaging. But yeah, I don't know. I think that was a waste of a Death Storm. He's gonna pick up the 1 power generator, but that's really not worth it. Launch shot coming in, doing a ton of damage to that Death Storm. Does about 300 damage, I think, 350. It does pretty good anti-vehicle damage. It also stuns vehicles, so it's pretty scary if you're a land speeder. We have a lot of money for Galo, so I've never Death Storm going into the drop pod instead of a unit. I don't know if I like that. Death Storms are good, but they're not amazing. I would prefer to see something else in that drop pod. He did replace the barracks as well, I think, too. He's got Dr. Chapel. Yeah, the barracks must have got repaired. So some eco harassment here from these Rangers. Deathwatch kind of dropping in by himself like this is, I don't know, I feel like Gal could win this a lot easier just by grouping his units together. They're all split up and all over the place. We're going to see a bit of an engagement here. The Shadow stepping away from that Vortex Grenade, so ultimately not very effective. Land Speeders coming in here too. Need to focus fire the Shadow Spectres, but no, they're just driving away. Diomedes is also pretty good against Shadow Spectres. You see that Devastator just doing tons of damage. Shadow Spectres are pretty squishy without any doctrines, and we don't have any support for them from Sex Beam, so if you have the Kyre's command, improved skimming, as well as the Presentience, like improved shields, they become a lot more durable and deadly. Also, you can get the Hollow Field when their shields go down, they can cloak. That's one of my favorite doctrine choices because I do like Shadow Spectres a lot. Getting hit in this rear armor from those Rangers is not very good. Tons of bonus damage from that. I think it's like 60-50%. It's pretty high. It's a lot more damage. I would like to see a Whirlwind or something from Galo. He's got lots of money here. It's probably, maybe saving it for a Dreadnought, but I would never see the Whirlwind because Dreadnought's not very good against Shadow Spectres or Rangers or Ronahn. We do have Warp Spiders on the field putting down some of their mines. These do percentage damage. These are very deadly. And we do have the teleport as well. The first teleport will slow units at AoE, and other units can also follow through the teleport, so that's a never escape tool these Rangers can use. They can follow through the teleport. It's instant too. There's no wind up, so you can just like follow the Warp Spiders anywhere. It's pretty awesome if you can micro it. You can use it to teleport over here and harass this stuff, and then teleport back and get your units out. It's pretty safe that way. So we do got Death Storm, but a third land speeder. I don't know. I really want to see the Whirlwind at this point. Almost getting hit. That would have been really devastating if that long shot hit there. Probably would have lost 2 land speeders on one blow. I feel like Galo's doctrines are really holding him back here. I would love to see some doctrines that combo better with this kind of build he's going for. Shadow Spectre's going for it, harass again, but it's not going to be very effective. And we got that Webblade getting harassed here by these Devastators in the middle here. The land speeders are just not being used very effectively, getting picked off. You see that long range of those Shadow Spectres. If they have the vision, land speeders are not a very good counter to Shadow Spectres. Whirlwind would be much better. Whirlwind can soften up this entire blob pretty effectively. Deathwatch is going to eat these Warp Spider mines here. There's no detection, so they're going to go off here at some point. I don't know, it seems arbitrary when they go off, but that crazy percentage damage going off. Diomedes is getting in on these Rangers. See how much damage Diomedes does in one hit there. Land Speeders are way too close to this. These Shadow Spectres are going to be hard to target, and we're going to see all these Land Speeders go down. The third Land Speeder is almost dead. Third Land Speeder going down. Deathwatch is really low. Diomedes is really low. Everything needs to retreat here. Warp Spiders teleport in. That slow AoE on all these units. And Warp Spider's doing 200 range DPS right now, and they're going to manage to... Oh, maybe Deathstorm coming in is going to probably call them off. He could teleport up here and still shoot them, but not going for it. So Diomedes and Deathwatch do manage to barely escape there. Did Warp Spiders die there? No, Warp Spiders teleported out. This Deathstorm getting destroyed by Ronahn and the Rangers. Warp Spider is pretty low health though. They did lose some models. That's one of the things about these squad elites like this, like the Striking Scorpions and Warp Spiders and Storm Boys, is you lose models and you lose a lot of damage that way. But they do a lot of damage too. So we're seeing actually this point's getting captured by Gal with his listening post. These listening posts are going to be hard to deal with. They're not improved, but they're still... Rangers and Shadow Spectres are not very good against listening posts. So it's going to be really hard to dislodge that. We do probably have tier 2 by now for Kist, I would assume. No, we still don't have tier 2. He just doesn't have the eco for it. He's just committing so hard to these Shadow Spectres. Are we going to see a Whirlwind? Yeah, we do have a Whirlwind out for Gal, which is awesome. That's a great counter, but you got to be careful with these Whirlwinds because of Ronahn's launch shot. If you don't relocate them after firing, he can... I don't think he can kill it in one shot, but I think he can kill it in 2 launch shots. So you gotta be careful to pay attention. These Rangers getting right in this, they're completely invisible, so they're just walking right in here. But they got too close to the shield gen, and now they're gonna get, look how fast that Ranger squad goes down to those heavy bolters and everything. Might actually lose 2 Ranger squads here. No, they do manage to get away. Yeah, so I feel like these Ranger builds aren't as strong as people think they are. I think they're too spammy. You want to back up. You want to use Rangers. Like, of course, you want to use them like any other unit, but you want to use it in a combined arms army. Using like just Rangers like this is really weak. It's only really been effective because Gao is splitting up his units, and he's not just fighting in a concentrated force. Terminators are available to come in on the field as well. And we're about 4 minutes away. Oh no, sorry, we're 8 minutes away from Racer Kid doing 12 minutes. I'm doing my math right. Holy crap. Terminators coming in here on Death Watch. We said that Whirlwind doing massive damage to these Rangers. We're going to lose 2 squads of Rangers here. We're going to go down to Terminators. No, he's not focus firing them, so only 1 squad's going to go down. Or no squads are going to go down because he didn't focus fire them. Okay, awesome. That's a bit of a slip up here. These Rangers also, these Terminators are really weak to Shadow Spectres as well. I don't know if the launch shot stuns them or not. I don't think so, but it does do a ton of damage to them. It also does a ton of damage to like knobs. So Ronahn actually works really well as a counter to Orcs because he does so much damage to regular infantry, and long shot is a really good counter to war trucks and knobs, which are both very, very popular choices for many players. These Warp Spider Mines are going to continue to be annoying. They do so much damage. But we're going to see this Boba go down and these generators go down. So we did see Sex Beam kind of conquer this side of the map, build a lot of generators to capitalize on that. He's going tier 2 now, but not going to be very useful. And Gallo has a second whirlwind out, but he's still got a ton of money here. I would like to see some more stuff be coming out here. Like, you can build a Dreadnought right now, but a lot of Space Marine players like to just sit there. Oh, okay, we do see launch shot hit this one, and the second launch shot's going to hit that whirlwind, and then that whirlwind's going to go down to 2 launch shots from Ronahn. You gotta be really careful because of that stun, and whirlwind's being really slow to accelerate. You gotta be really careful if Ronahn knows where you are. So Terminator's just doing some harassment. Again, launch shot's gonna do a ton of damage to these Terminators. That's a solid chunk of damage right there. The more models it hits, the more damage it does, obviously. And these mines are gonna do even more damage because these guys aren't moving at all. So yeah, those Warp Spider Mines managed to basically kill them. The only reason they're still alive is because of Diomedes' Rosarius ability. Deathstorm coming in, raid on all these Shadow Spectres and Warp Spiders. Not going to be overly effective because they're already out of range. Let's see, yeah, that little blue teleport fit, you could move units through that. So the Shadow Spectres could actually follow him to the teleport. It's something to keep in mind. A lot of players don't seem to know that. It's really powerful though. So Deathwatch and Diomedes doing almost all these generators being mopped up here. From Sex Beam here. This is upgraded. This isn't upgraded anymore. We have another Deathstorm. It's just constant Deathstorm drop pods. It's not a good investment, I don't think. This one hasn't been overly effective. Back when improved Deathstorms used to make the duration super long, you could just put this down and forget about it for 5 minutes and it was still there. So tons of damage from that whirlwind there. I would like to see some vehicle upgrades to boost the damage those whirlwinds do. Vehicle damage. Once you get like vehicle damage 2, those whirlwinds just start insta-giving stuff. No Soul Shrine from Kist or any sort of upgrades of that kind, so all we have right now is tier 1 Rangers and Shadow Spectres, and just tier 2 can let him teleport the webways around, that's it. Wait, no, I think he cancelled the tier 2. No, he is tier 2. I'm confused now. That's why that's grayed out then. Yeah, that's odd. It says tier 3 here, but the webway says it can't teleport. Oh well, whatever. It's not gonna be that useful. Diomedes just hiding in the bush over here is pretty sneaky. I'd like to see him just use the liturgies and get in on melee here. Yeah, there we go. He's gonna get in all this. Drop pod coming down, right on all this stuff. Deathwatch and Whirlwind. You can see the Whirlwind just mopping up those Rangers, doing tons of damage to them. And Deathwatch there. If he didn't have that Shadow Step, we were gonna see the Rangers are starting to become really ineffective and just get picked off really easy. So the only thing really keeping Kist in this game is these Shadow Spectres, and I feel like those can get countered pretty handily just by building some units. Dreadnoughts are not the good choice here, though. I don't think we do have a Dreadnought in the drop pod here, or being compared to the drop pod. And we got the Flamer coming in here. Diomedes is in this bubble here of all these Rangers. We're seeing Vigor being on the Deathwatch here. We got Orbital coming in of all things. Orbital's not a bad choice because he has all his elite units, and he may as well use those elite points as soon as he can. He needs to really be aware of those Warp Spider Mines, though, on the Terminators. Terminators getting picked off. Deathwatch. This Deaths from drop pod being pretty useless against this sort of stuff. Yeah, I don't like the investment into these Deaths from drop pods at all. It's not very effective. Additional drop has 500 requisition. That's at least a unit. And the 50 power again. Is he killing his own tac marine? Yeah, his own tac marine just died there from something. I'm not sure what killed him. But yeah, he killed his own tac marine, I guess, with the orbital. Yeah, so we got a ton of money for Gallo. I think he's went tier 3, so he's probably gonna try to get some predator destructors out. I think just get more whirlwinds. The whirlwinds are just such a good counter to this kind of, because these guys have to set up the fire. Every time I set up, you just shoot the whirlwind at them, and it's really hard for them to dodge it.
Point captured. May this fuel our victory.
At this point, I think Gallo is going to win this pretty handily. Sexbeam's been behind the entire game, and the only reason he's still in it is because Gallo is playing very passively. We got the Dreadnought coming in on these Rangers, and that's real scary, I guess. But they're gonna shadow step out back up here and run away. These warp spiders have been pretty effective with those slow mines. I like how they're called slow mines when they just fucking murder things, but hey, they do slow things down too. But yeah, those Terminators got blown the fuck up several times by those. Whirlwind's coming in here, probably gonna hit this stuff. Yeah, to see the Whirlwind just popping them. And with damage upgrades, it's even worse. That's one of the strongest things about Space Marines is getting 1 or 2 Whirlwinds out in the mid-late game. You can just do so much army damage, and they're really hard to dodge because you don't get any warning indicator. Like the Manticore down there too, usually you knew the radius you had to avoid. No, the Manticore was also deadlier, but Whirlwinds, just once you get Escalation Phase 3 and 4, you're not getting as much requisition back from unit losses, so reinforcing your entire army all the time starts to really wear you down. What happens is Space Marines tend to accumulate a lot of units in drop pods and just get a big force of these vehicles out. And it becomes kind of a game of attrition almost. It's kind of a static game. Lots of units just AFK all over the place in this game here. We do have a Predator Destructor out, kind of AFK. We'll probably see the Brave Streak doing in 6 minutes here. So that'll be exciting. I haven't really seen him that much. I haven't got to use him yet either because he doesn't really fit into how I like to play Eldar. I like to do Taldir because Taldir is amazing, but I don't want Taldir MK doing. Warp Spiders teleporting in, doing their damage, going home. Pretty boring. So it's kind of a Ronahn's taking a ton of damage from those Devastators. Ronahn's also pretty weak. He doesn't have a ton of health, so he's pretty easy to kill. If you get him caught in melee, he's pretty much dead if you can't shadow step away. This barracks or Doctor Shop or whatever just getting sniped. Just building it again, doesn't care.
Scout squad en route.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on right now. We got still just constant Rangers and Shadow Spectres, nothing new from Kist. He has tier 2, but isn't doing anything with it. He does probably have money for stuff. Not especially. He's at plus 13 power income. So he has no power income at this point. So his only hope really is to, I don't know what you can do at this point. I feel like he wasted his income, and now he has no generator, so Gal just has such a massive advantage. I guess he doesn't have a lot of rec gens, but these rec gens are worthless. Like, what are you going to buy with requisition at this point? It seems like a bad investment to me if you're going to go for this Ranger Shadow Spectre build. Don't even bother with the rec gens. Get like 1 rec gen and just save your power for upgrades and all that sort of stuff. Getting some damage upgrades would be really good for Kist at this point to boost the Shadow Spectres and the Rangers. Another Death Storm drop pod's going to come in right in here on this stuff, I assume. Yeah, Death Storm drop pod and Dynamite and Standard, so this is going to mock up the Shadow Spectres, no problem. That's a pretty weak teleport away there. We're going to see Ronahn probably get picked off here. Ronan's pretty low health, and he does get picked off. Ronahn gets picked off. And the Whirlwind's bombarding down here. Doesn't hit anything now. And these Rangers are just defending, they're just harassing this listening post. Not really the most useful thing they can be doing right now. And yeah, I think this is pretty much Gal's game here. He just has to start killing stuff. He has more than enough army to at least kill the shield gen or this turret. He's just so reliant on these Death Storm drop pods to accomplish anything. I think. He's got a ton of resources here. He's got 400 power, 600 acquisition. He could easily put some units in these drop pods here and start winning. Do have Arsenal up here, but we don't have any upgrades yet. I would like to see some vehicle damage first and foremost. Maybe vehicle health. Vehicle health can be worth it, because I think if you get vehicle health, I think Whirlwinds can survive 2 launch shots. Although I'd have to check that. But I think if you get health 1, they can survive 2 launch shots. I could be wrong about that. Also, if you have Blessings of the Omnissiah that lets them repair if they're by buildings, if you have that, I think they'll survive 2. But I haven't tested that, so that's just me just theory crafting. But I think the launch shot does about 300 something damage, and they have 600 health, so if you get them to 700, they should survive 2. Maybe a bit more than 700, I don't know. It's very risky to teleport aggressively with Terminators, because they're not very mobile and they have a hard time escaping. They also can't reverse move, so they can't shoot things while they're running away. So you're generally better off walking towards enemies and teleporting away than you are the inverse. But in this sort of situation, it doesn't really matter. He's just denying as much economy as he possibly can. And we just have we got 2 Predators out. Nothing in the drop pods right now. Maybe we'll see a Dreadnought in there pretty soon. I would like to see more Whirlwinds. He's getting vehicle durability. I prefer vehicle damage at this point. Diomedes is still in this bush. I kind of like this. Just Diomedes just hiding out in this bush, waiting for something to walk by and then just clobbering them. But Gallo can win this. He just needs to attack. I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit here because this is pretty static. We do got this listing post, but no elite point generator. Not really worth getting an elite point generator at this point with Gal because he doesn't have any more elites to get.
Preparing servitor for deployment.
And we are going to see Ranger doing pretty soon here, in about 30 seconds. So Whirlwinds are just bombarding something here. I'm not really sure what they were bombarding. Oh, the turret, yeah, the turret's not worth bombarding at this stage. You can see how much more health the turret and the shield gen have by those little bars at this phase of the game. This is phase 4, so they got max health. Better off just shooting these guys with a Whirlwind. Whirlwind also can pick off a lot of these mines if you happen to know where they are. So it's a safe way of clearing minefields as well. It applies to scout mines as well, although you don't see those nearly as often. Or the big track mines as well, the lava mines. Or Leia mines. I call them lava mines because it looks like a V with the font. Okay, this Ranger doing? He's out. So this would be kind of fun to see. Yeah, so he shoots his D-cannons. He has some sort of AoE thing. And we teleport. Okay, cool. Dreadnought and drop pod. We're going to see a push here on this turret, perhaps. Just seeing more Shadow Spectres coming out. Shadow Spectre's not going to cut it at this point. And just softening up his turret with the Whirlwind. Not super effective, honestly. And launch shot going off, hitting this. So, yeah, maybe it needs more health to survive, too. Maybe. The damage on the launch shot seems to be random, though. It doesn't seem to do, like, consistent damage.
Whirlwind artillery battery deployed. We've scouted enemy elites in the field.
So we got Ranger doing. He might actually help a lot against these Predators. He does have his D-cannons. Does a ton of anti-vehicle damage. Dreadnought coming in on Ranger doing. We're going to see him shoot his D-cannons a little prematurely there at the Terminators. I don't think they did any damage, really. He does a lot of melee damage too. 90 true melee damage is pretty good. That's about the same as a Dreadnought, except it's true damage, not armor piercing. So that's pretty scary. His range damage is pretty good too. 39 DPS, considering the windup. That's like 300, 400 damage a shot, I would assume. I don't know what Wraithcraft do. I'd have to check. But that's pretty decent. So we're gonna see. This is probably one of the last engagements of the game. Shadow Spectres are not targeting. Oh yeah, they're targeting the Dreadnought. But with all the shields going up from their enemies, they're not going to be that effective. Ranger doing, getting caught out a bit here. He's going to try and... Yeah, he's going to teleport back to the shield gen. He might actually do his D-cannon thing here. Okay, he's putting a healing AoE down. That's a lot of healing. Wow. That's really powerful. Yeah, he's going to do the D-cannon trick here, and that's going to hit almost all this, probably. It's all lined up for it. Yeah, wow, that does some real good damage to all that stuff. I would like to see the Whirlwind just bombard this, but it seems AFK. Hopefully it's coming. Vehicle damage would be cool, vehicle health would be cool, more vehicles. Devastators are a good choice against this army here. You just drop the Devastators down and just do the damage against all the infantry. Ronahn capturing this point is kind of worthless at this point. Gallows just pulling back to heal up. Probably not the best, not the worst decision. He does have the eco just to commit to some crazy assault, but it's not a bad idea. I would like to see the Whirlwind bombard this though. And the one benefit to Eldar is their shields regenerate. No enhanced regen now, so it's just regenerating at the base rate right now. I think elites actually regenerate their shields faster than normal units, so it seems a bit faster. Whirlwind's bombarding probably the turret again. It's bombarding the warp spider is actually doing a ton of damage to them, and it does stop them from teleporting if it does manage to knock them down. So Ronahn and the warp spiders just barely escaping, Ronahn getting picked off. So Whirlwind's also a pretty good counter to warp spiders and Ronahn because it does do that knockdown and that does disrupt elite abilities. We can see another orbital here from Gal as well. So that might come into play. These Shadow Spectres are way too far forward. They're just going to take a ton of damage here. And once those, you see that once those Devastators kind of kick in, these guys just get slowed down. If you get improved suppression with this too, they're going to have a really hard time being effective. Racer could do and just he could try and get some cool decanter shots off from the stealth cover. That might be cool. He does look really cool, but he is pretty slow. He does have his warp strike for mobility, but the immolate ability seems to be the real business if you use that properly. Like, this is not the right use of it. Just healing units outside the fight. Like, if you use this on enemies, that seems like the wombo combo. It doesn't last very long though. Still no. Okay, we do got vehicle damage 1. I would like to see more vehicle damage. So this Dreadnought just kind of walking in here. We got a second Whirlwind. Oh, that's a good choice. Whirlwinds are pretty good against all these Shadow Spectres. And this Dreadnought's just going to die. But it does knock down all those Shadow Spectres. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Maybe a distraction? At this point, I don't even know why you're focus firing these. We're going to see the decannons go off here, and that's going to hit all this stuff. Yeah, just tons of damage to those Predators. But Racer Kaduin wisely teleporting out of the range of Orbital. The Orbital's coming in here, though. All these units are going to pull back. Whirlwind's just shooting at nothing. Yeah, I think Kist is long out of this game. We're just waiting for Gal to finish it off here. He just doesn't have what he needs to win. We got some sort of elite being called in here, but I'm not sure where. Diomedes being called in over here. It's not even killing the shield gen, just scaring it. Kind of a weird choice here. Yeah, we're just gonna fast forward here. We got again this point being stolen by Gao and then Kist trying to claim it. It's too late for this. You see that Whirlwind just softened up those Rangers. I think they all died. I don't think they managed to teleport away. Wow, yeah, those Rangers just got nuked. And just clearing up these slow mines. You want to make sure if you see Warp Spiders, just always have a Servitor scouting. These mines do percentage damage, and you just see they do massive AoE, so getting hit by this is really bad. Yeah, we're gonna see the shield generator get attacked, so I think this will be the final fight of the game. Well, it's kind of interesting to see this Ranger playstyle, but I feel like it was really ineffective. Yeah, we're going to see these units all just get hit by the Ranger again. We're not even trying to avoid it. Luckily, the shield goes off just in time to save that other Predator. But Terminator's doing it, Diomedes is in here. The shield generator is probably going to go down here. Diomedes is going to die here, though. This healing is down. And Diomedes does get picked off. Predator gets picked up. Gao is actually losing a lot of units here. This is kind of a weird fight. This really should be going way in Gal's favor, but he's not winning. And we have Ronahn coming in here. So no, this game isn't over fight yet. Got one more fight to go. And we got the Whirlwind bombarding over here, getting these Warp Spiders pretty good. You see it's so much damage. And Deathstorm coming in again with the Deathstorms. He really loves those, doesn't he? So Deathstorm and the Standard coming in here, gonna pick off the Warp Spiders. We're probably going to lose the Wraith Seer here. Deathwatch coming in and doing damage to the Shadow Spectres. This healing though on the Wraith Seer is pretty nuts. He's going to shoot his D-cannon and all this stuff too. We've got some las cannons out to counter the Wraith Seer, which is pretty dangerous as well. Deathstorm dropout being picked off. Terminator's just barely dodging that. Wraith Seer's going to have to get out of here. Wraith Seer's just AFK. Oh, he's coming. Alright, he's going to teleport out. And this shield gen's going to go down here. But I think this is game. Looks like someone's going to surrender here. Probably the Kist. He doesn't really have the force he needs to win. Gal's just been taking the sweet time, and yet there's a surrender, and Gal wins this game. Thanks for watching.